Hi friends, there's an article in today's Hindu written by me, The Significance of the Next Census. This is a small video explaining this concept. So synchronous census, which means taking census count, population count at the same time throughout the country. This started in 1881 in British India and it continued every 10 years, decennial census without a break till the year 2011. Of course, 2021 census was postponed because of COVID pandemic. But it could have been held anytime after 2022, but it has been continuously postponed. And now the central government has announced that it will be held in two phases, likely to start somewhere in April 2026. And the reference date for the population count is March 1st of 2027. So this ever since the census has been started after independence, except for 1 year in 1971, if I am not wrong, the reference date for population has always been March 1st, and that has been continued even now. Now, why is the census very significant in Indian independent history? For three reasons. Number one, this is the first census in independent Indian history where the OBC castes are going to be enumerated. Earlier, we used to have only scheduled caste or scheduled tribe, whether belonging to scheduled caste or whether belonging to scheduled tribe. That was only captured in the census data. The caste census, the last time it was done was in the year 1931. Now, after almost 100 years, we are going to enumerate caste details. Now, this is something which hopefully will help in proper affirmative action decisions, which will benefit the underprivileged sections within the backward classes. So it has its own advantages. That is why opposition parties have been demanding it. And the central government has finally said that yes, we will enumerate caste as well. And the preparatory work for this is going to take time. And that is also one of the reasons this census has been postponed to 2027. So to that extent, it may be a valid thing because you cannot rush it. It cannot be done in a hurry. You will have to have proper training and other things for this caste enumeration. And then it will be done properly in 2027. So, valid point. But the most contentious issue is the Constitution says the delimitation determining the number of seats in the Lok Sabha will be based on the first census after the year 2026. And this census with the enumeration date, reference date as March 1st, 2027 will qualify to be the first census after the year 2026. So based on this, if before 2029 general elections, if the number of seats in the Lok Sabha is increased just based on population, there can be huge issues for the southern states, for the smaller states of north like Punjab, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, for the northeastern states, their political weightage will significantly come down. So there are demands by many of the state governments in the south and all to freeze it based on the 1971 census for at least next 25-30 years. Or if there is an increase, the proportion, percentage of seats that is there for all these states should be maintained even in the increased number of seats, not just based on population, the percentage of seats. Tamil Nadu has 39 out of 543, that is 7.2 something percent. The same percentage should be there in the increased number of seats also. That is one more demand. So this has to be debated and finalized in a way that is acceptable to everyone. So the census operation, if it is conducted only in March 2027, finalize that enumeration count for the data, the full-fledged data to come out, then in 2028, before the general election, this delimitation should not be rushed through. No, it can be done before the 2034 elections in a way acceptable to everybody. But the third important point, and which should be done, is 1/3 representation for women. And that should be done based on the census so that it can be implemented from the 2029 general elections. So that is the summary of this article. Thank you.